Today, we're going to Wiggly Wriggly Farm to meet Lenny the little sheep.
Lenny had always been smaller than most, with knobbly knees and a less than full coat. He'd watch other sheep with their curls all in line and wonder, why does their fleece look nicer than mine?
The design for Lenny was very inspired by stuffed animals. I wanted Lenny to have a very round, a lot of soft shapes, a lot of soft colors in the palette. And so the goal was to have a character that could be imagined or become an actual stuffed animal that kids will want to bring home with them.
Lenny is the creation of author Rashmi Gandhi and illustrator Darren Oy. Gandhi is 1/3 of the Movie Walla's film critics team, and Oy is a dance instructor and drag queen. And neither one of them planned to create a children's book, but they did.
So my book is called Your Fluff Is Enough, Lenny the Little Sheep, and it is the first from the series of Wiggly Wriggly Farm. Lenny is a little sheep and he perceives that he doesn't have enough fur or wool or fluff compared to all the other sheep. And so he goes on an adventure to try on other coats and discovers that what he has is absolutely enough.
Gandhi's husband, Joe Jan, gave Lenny a theme song.
"'Cause your fluff is enough."
And Oy shows me how to bring that fluff to life.
The easiest way to start was to do a cloud, some squiggles. Sometimes there are threes, sometimes it's just little extra patterns. I would start with a circle. All right, so now the eyes. So the eyes are a huge part of the design. So I usually take up quite a big amount of space with the eyes because I want there to be no question at all about how these characters are thinking and feeling. I draw this circle that's supposed to be the shine in the eye and then the pupil. Now I'm gonna draw the snout, which is just a cute little hill with the nose. And because he's a sheep, we're gonna give him that little line in the middle. And let's have a nice little smile. The body is another cloud, and I gave him a darker skin tone.
What was really important to both of us was representation without putting it in your face. And so it was important for us to have Lenny as darker skinned and Darren, when you did the farmer's arms,
yeah.
We only showed her arms,
yes.
But it's a woman for sure. She's wearing nail polish.
Red nails.
And she has darker skin.
Yeah. And now with all these characters, I like to add life and dimension with some highlighting. So this is kind of where my background in drag helped a lot. Dimensions are made with shading and a lot of figuring out where you're imagining light to hit you, where you're imagining shadows to be. With the shading, I always like to highlight the middle of Lenny's face and then the outsides of his limbs, because I imagine this is where the light would be bouncing off of. And already you can kind of see that there's more dimension that's building because now you can see some of the depth. And there we have Lenny.
Gandhi has big plans for Lenny and his friends. She has books already done for each of the farmyard animals and an extensive website with tools for parents and downloadable activities. Plus, something she and Oy were excited to create, a map of Wiggly Wriggly Farm.
And our goal is that with every book, we will expand that map dependent on each one of the characters, so you learn more about where they live and the environment they live in.
And as somebody that grew up playing a lot of video games, almost every video game has some kind of a map. Because you gotta know where you're going, you gotta know where the side quests are, the main quests. So it felt like a very easy way for us to also help build the entire world before we went into working on the other books.
But Gandhi says all the books have one thing in common.
Again, the whole world is about sharing kindness. And I know that sounds trite, but I really felt like this world at this time really needs more kindness.
"Oh, your fluff is enough."
From Wiggly Wriggly Farm, I'm Beth Accomando, KPBS News.